Hello and welcome to my channel. Today, let's talk about culture, a term that is so familiar to every one of us and yet so difficult to define. In this video, I will first try to explain what culture is, and then I will discuss a few concepts which are often used when discussing culture. In my future videos, I will introduce to you a few theories of culture, such as functionalism and conflict theory. Theories are important because they help us identify and analyze the cultural aspects of society so that we can better understand human behavior. So, if you are interested in learning the most important theories of culture, please subscribe. If you are new to this channel, my name is Frank Zhu, and I'm a college professor teaching sociology, history, and philosophy. I'm also an award-winning landscape photographer. The fact that culture is with us everywhere and all the time makes it difficult to give a precise definition. In fact, it is oftentimes easier to describe it than to define it. So, let me try to describe a situation where culture unfolds itself. Suppose you are going to the airport to pick up a lady who has just arrived from Japan, and you have never seen anyone from Japan. When you see her, among the first things you notice about her are her clothing and hairstyle, which may strike you as unusual. Next, you hear her speak a different language or speak English with a heavy accent. Then you will notice that she speaks with strange gestures. As you spend more time listening to her and observing her behavior, you will probably hear her talk about what is beautiful or ugly, and you find her opinions so different from your own. She may also express her interesting beliefs about the world. As you spend more time together, you discover more and more about her. Well, that is how you get to know about Japanese culture. Everything about this lady represents Japanese culture. Culture can be defined in many ways. For me, as a professor of sociology who strives to make everything simple for students, culture is a way of life in a particular society. As simple as that. A particular society has its own particular way of life, making itself different from another society. There are as many different cultures as there are many different societies. As I mentioned in my description about the Japanese woman, culture includes language, dress, habits, customs, beliefs, values, art, and so on and so forth. The reason why you found that Japanese lady's behavior bizarre is that she is from a different culture. The impact of culture on human behavior is huge because culture teaches people how to behave and what to think in particular situations. Furthermore, as everyone in the same society has the same culture, it helps hold society together, giving its members a sense of belonging together. In short, culture gives meaning to society. Therefore, studying a society is largely studying its culture. Such a study involves the observation of what people think, how they interact, the objects they make and use, the values and beliefs they hold, and so on and so forth. Sociologists have studied different cultures and come up with lots of theories. As I said at the beginning of this video, I will discuss a few important theories of culture in my future videos. As I said, different societies produce different cultures, but certain features are common to all cultures. It will be easier to study a culture if we remember those features. First, culture is shared by all members of the society. There is no such thing as individual society. Some societies are multicultural, meaning that they consist of people of different races and ethnicities living in the same community. But still, most people in those multicultural societies share a majority of cultural elements of the dominant culture. It is this shared nature that binds people and makes human society possible. Secondly, culture is learned. Nobody is born with values or beliefs. Culture must be taught either directly or indirectly. As a matter of fact, culture is learned so naturally that people seldom question their own culture. In American culture, for example, people rarely ask why men are not supposed to wear skirts. It is when they become outsiders that they begin to realize what culture they were born into in the first place. For example, when an American goes to Japan, he will realize how different he is and may begin to question his own way of life. Thirdly, culture is symbolic. It is through meaningful symbols such as languages that people understand and learn culture. Finally, culture varies across time and place. Culture is created as people adapt themselves to the physical and social environment around them. People in different places have produced different cultures. Every culture keeps changing. A useful way of studying a culture is to identify its material aspects and non-material aspects. Material culture refers to all the tangible, concrete creations of society. It consists of the objects that we can see, touch, smell, taste, or hear, such as buildings, art, tools, toys, food, print, and broadcast media, and other tangible objects. In a word, any physical expression of the life of a person is part of its material culture. Non-material culture, on the other hand, refers to the abstract creations of society, which are not tangible, but which are transmitted across from one generation to the next. Non-material culture includes the norms, the laws, customs, ideas, and beliefs, etc. Although non-material culture does not include any physical objects or artifacts, it plays a major role in shaping how members of a society behave, interact with each other, and make sense of the world around them. Good examples of non-material culture are beliefs and values. Simply put, beliefs are what you hold to be true in your culture. Beliefs are shared by all members in a particular culture. Just as norms set patterns and rules for human behavior, shared beliefs help bind people together in society, contributing to making society stable. Beliefs are also the basis for many of the norms and values of a given culture. A typical example of beliefs is religion. In some cultures, it is religion that unites communities and sets up code of conduct. Some people hold their beliefs so strongly that they refuse to accept different ideas or experiences. This is especially true with some religious people. Sociologists with different theoretical perspectives view beliefs in different ways. Functionalists, for example, see beliefs as a functional component of society because beliefs integrate people into social groups and help stabilize society. Conflict theorists, on the other hand, view beliefs as competing worldviews. According to them, those with more power are able to impose their beliefs on other people. Another theory, which is called symbolic interactionism, studies how beliefs are constructed and maintained through the social interaction people have with each other. As I said, I will talk about those theories in my future videos in more detail. Values are another element of culture and deeply intertwined with beliefs. They are ideas about what courses of action are appropriate or what outcomes are preferred. When we make decisions, we are always guided by our values. Values are abstract, but they tell us what is good, beneficial, important, useful, beautiful, desirable, appropriate, etc. They help answer the questions of why people do what they do. Norms, also an element of culture, are the reflection of underlying values. Values are also a basis for cultural cohesion. Freedom, for example, is a value we hold to be important in American culture. Many immigrants come to America to seek freedom. But values can also be the source of conflict. For example, the hotly debated social issue of abortion is a conflict over values. Well, that is all that I wanted to talk about today. As I said at the beginning, I will talk about different theories of culture in my future videos. If you are interested, please subscribe so you won't miss them. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.